Hello Steelers, and welcome to this first of what I hope will be many hobby updates, bench reports and I'm going to call them. This is the first one. Just before Christmas I ran a poll over on my community tab on the channel and asked if people would be interested in just seeing the kind of things that I was doing hobby wise, just as updates, and overwhelmingly the answer was yes, they would. So I've decided that I'm going to start doing these. They are not going to be in a specific schedule, but I will do them whenever I feel there's something to say. Really, there's no point doing them every couple of days, or even maybe not even every week. It might be weekly, it might be fortnightly, it might even be monthly, but we'll just have to see, because my painting schedule and obviously work and things always gets in the way of stuff. So it's going to be whenever I've kind of done something or doing something interesting, just to show you what's going on. This is the first one, and it's the first one of the new year, 2022 as well, and I've actually been away for the last fortnight, so I've not done a thing hobby-wise, apart from playing board games with my wife over in Austria. However, when I did get home, I was greeted by quite a few things here in the post that I'd ordered. What I've got here, just to quickly show you in this case, is I've got some hexagons. These came from where are they? Fluid Workshop, I think they're called. I got these off eBay. These are I can't remember what the word is. Acrylic see-through, and I've also got some acrylic rods as well, which I sourced off eBay as well. And I'll be gluing these together, and for flight stands for Bag the Hun, and hopefully in 2022 Algae pulls it off again. I've also got as well some micro magnets as well for exactly the same reason. These are going to be stuck on the top of the little styrene rods. They will be stuck on top of these, and that's something I'm going to do. It's a very nice, quick, easy job. You can do this yourself just by buying these different bits and pieces. This probably cost me about, I don't know, maybe 15 quid for the lot, and there's quite a lot there to go on with, about 10 stands. What I also got as well from Eureka, you can see from the bags, are some stuff for my 18mm, 15mm, 18mm sharp practice project, in inverted commas. I'm going to talk more about that in a second. So I've got some British artillerymen here and a 6-pounder gun as well. I thought I just want to add something to my British forces. I've also got as well here some French French officers, a drummer, and also a flagman as well, because I want to turn these into a specific deployment zone, and that's going to be my first thing in 2022. I think I'm going to put these together and get those done over this week, because later on this week at the club I'm going to be playing a game of sharp practice with two of the guys, and I want to try to get these finished by then if I can. We'll see. But speaking of sharp practice, what I thought I'd do is, because as I say I've not actually done much hobbying over the last 2 weeks, I'm going to show you what I've done with sharp practice over 2021, which has been my main focus for that year. So I'll switch off here, we'll have a look at the table, and I'll show you what I've got. So here we have the British contingent. You never realise how many you've got until you actually put them out on the table. But what I've got in here is, you can see some British infantry. These are by Blue Moon. I've also got some Eureka AB miniatures British infantry as well over here. These are the Blue Moon ones, kind of fit with them at tabletop distance, but I think there's probably a little bit too much difference in the sizes. I got these really as an experiment when I started the sharp practice project, but I'll be sticking more with AB miniatures stuff, I think. So we've got the British line infantry at the back, some British skirmishers here at the front as well, various officers and personalities, flag bearers, that kind of thing, sergeants, and I've also got some 95th or 60th rifles as well in skirmish order over here. I'll be doing a painting video on these later on, so you'll see these in more detail. I've also mentioned the deployment point, so this is the British one that I've already done. I'm going to do a French one similar to that. And then I've also ended up with 8 British officers, which I got from Blue Moon, just to fill in some spaces. I've got more officers there than I will ever need in any game of sharp practice, but I thought I may as well at least paint them, and I can use them as personalities or what have you anyway at some point. And over here as well I've got some Nassau troops. These are all in their sharp practice 8-man groups, and these were done for the Waterloo 100 Days campaign that Joe McGinn wrote for the Lardies special in 2020, so do check that out. And then, of course, we've got to have somebody to oppose them. And here we have the French. This is my French forces. So over here we have a lot of line groups. So these are just the line. We've also got voltigeurs of the line as well. 3 groups of those. What I've also got to the back, you can just see here, I've got 8 skirmishers. I bought those initially. They're from Museum Miniatures. They've got plumes, so they're just anachronistic for the 800 days, but I just got them because I needed them quickly for one of my first games. But I've since replaced those with proper skirmishers, voltigeurs over here, for example, and then also the skirmishers over here as well for the line. So I've got 3 groups of each of those with 6. In along with officers. I've also got this 9-pounder cannon with its crew as well, a bunch of officers, flags, drummer boys, so there's quite a lot there to add in. And I've also got to the front, you can see here, these chasseurs. These is part of Joe McGinn's, one of his scenarios in the Lardy special for 2020, so do check that out. So I got these specifically for that. Just to mention, the skirmisher bases, these came from sabotaged 3D prints, and all the other bases, the bases for the infantry, they all came from war bases, and I just asked them to make them with 16mm diameter holes in them so I could get my 15mm diameter bases into them. And then finally, for the sharp practice, we have these Prussians. So I've got 4 groups of Landwehr line infantry and also 3 groups of Landwehr skirmishers here, each with 6 in there, and then their officers as well. This is a much smaller amount of figures than I have for the French or the British, but these were again specifically for one of Joe's actual scenarios in the Lardy magazine, so that's why I've only got these ones at this point. I've also got 2 groups of Uhlans as well over here, you can see. And as well with the Prussians, I have some civilian characters as well. These will be useful for everybody, and so I've got a couple of women here, another one on a horse here. Here's somebody with a water wagon and a mule train as well, so these are all like additions for sharp practice. It's very difficult to actually find 15mm civilians for the Napoleonic period, so if there are any 15mm manufacturers out there listening, please, can we have some at some point? 28mm, there's a wash, but not for 15 or 18mm in this case. So that's my sharp practice group that I've done, or my figures I've painted, and these have been painted over this year. Slowly but surely chipping away at them. I'm going to be doing more in 2022, but as I say, I thought I'd open the bench report with just a showcase of what I've done last year, or at least a large part of what I've done. This is not the only thing I've done last year. Well, Steelers, that's it for my first bench report. I will, as I say, update these as frequently as I can, or as I want. I'm looking probably about weekly, maybe fortnightly, as I say, just as I'm doing interesting things. I'll just show you what's working on the bench and what isn't. If you've enjoyed this, please do subscribe, hit the like button, leave me a comment, all the usual things as YouTubers say. So I'll leave it at that, and thanks again for watching.